Hello, everyone. Last weekend, I had the opportunity to drive to Seattle for the Bernie Sanders rally. I actually almost didn't even go because I didn't know that there were two, and I heard that the first one was canceled. More on that in a bit. When I arrived on site, the line stretched for what seemed like a mile and a half. It was several blocks one direction, several blocks another, and several blocks another. By the time I got to the Alaska Airlines Arena, it was already at capacity. That's 12,000 people inside and easily another 3,000 crowded around outside. Well, for legal reasons, they couldn't let any more in, so Bernie came out and addressed the crowd briefly before going back inside for the real speech. Unfortunately, I didn't get my camera out in time to catch his remarks, but I did take two other videos while I was there. The first just showed the scope of the crowd. Excuse me. And second, interviewing a couple of guys very briefly. I tried interviewing several others, but apparently that crazy liberal doesn't inspire people to talk to a stranger's smartphone. So first I'm going to show you the video of the crowd.
There are 10,000 people inside the stadium.
Even though we have a ticket.
Keeping in mind, this is in addition to 10,000 people inside.
And they're all down the sidewalk.
And
still.
quite frankly, I can't hold the camera up high enough to get everybody.
So it was absolutely amazing. I mean, that many people gathered in one place to show support for a politician. There was no yelling, no one seemed angry that the doors were shut. It was still very friendly, and the excitement was palpable. And here's the second video.
So we're here at the Bernie Sanders rally in Seattle. We're stuck outside, so you guys want to tell me why you support Bernie Sanders?
Oh, dude, 6 years or more when I discovered him and first started listening to him, he spoke to me more than any other politician has ever spoke to me, and he's never said anything that I didn't agree with, so stoked that he's running for president.
He's not a political guy. He's not like a candidate. He's just more like that guy that does work. You know, that's what he does. He does work. He rolls up his sleeve and he gets at it, and that's what we do. You know, money. Everything's about money, but Bernie's not about money. It's just not. It's about things and people, not about things, you know, just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I've been just so disappointed in everybody else, even the people I really fought for hard, it just let me down because they're just political. It's all politics. It's all, you know, you're one or the other, and there's got to be an in-between.
Yeah, you know what you get with Bernie. That's
Yeah, you know what you're getting, man. He
Definitely.
doesn't pull punches.
All right, thanks, guys.
Yeah.
I couldn't agree more with these guys, and I'd like to thank both of these gentlemen for being willing to share. Now, on to the cancellation of the first event. I'm sure you can find the details of the events and the prior interruption in Phoenix online, so I won't be redundant here and waste your time, but I wanted to share my thoughts on the interruption itself. First, it was incredibly rude to interrupt, and even ruder to not even give the microphone back. Now, I understand that the Black Lives Matter movement is an important one, and its supporters are very passionate, but poor behavior like this does not help the cause. Consider Martin Luther King Jr. He accomplished more than they ever will, and he did it peacefully and respectfully, and they are dishonoring his memory by behaving like this. Secondly, this is just stupid, okay? There are over 20 presidential candidates so far, and don't be surprised if there are a few more waiting to climb out of the Republican clown car. And you force off the stage the one among all of them who actually gives a crap about you and your cause. Where are the Black Lives Matter protesters at Trump, Cruz, Rubio, and Clinton rallies? Or do you just attack Sanders because you know that unlike all of the others, he won't have armed guards waiting to tackle you? Don't bite the only hand willing to feed. But here's the good news. Despite your extremely poor decisions and rude behavior, Sanders is a man of integrity, and he won't stop supporting equality for all simply because you're poor representatives of your cause. He will still work to protect Black Lives Matter as much as any other equality cause. And don't think for a moment that you made him do it. He'll do it in spite of you, not because you. But what is probably most exciting is the aftermath of this rally. See, that 15,000 strong crowd was the largest yet of any 2016 candidate, but the following day he went to Portland. Now, of course, Portland just had to show up Seattle with an estimate of 28,000 people. 28,000 for Bernie Sanders. And then the next day he went to LA, and they had 27,500. And even more exciting is since then there have been two very important polls. The first was in New Hampshire, showing that Bernie Sanders has actually pulled ahead of Clinton, 44 to 37. The second was a bit less formal, a straw poll, they call it, after both candidates spoke at the Iowa State Fair. It was a much smaller sample size, so much less scientific, but the important thing is that this poll was conducted after both candidates had spoken at the same event, and Sanders definitely won that one at 52 to 41. Feel the burn. The important takeaway here is that even with what amounts to a media blackout of Bernie Sanders, when he speaks to America, and America's listening. All over the country, people are realizing that yes, he really does have a shot, and he is exactly what America needs. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, or you'd like to yell at me, like That Crazy Liberal on Facebook, or subscribe to the YouTube channel, and have a good